The Chobe does a couple of things. I'll show you the way I pack it, and then I'll show you some of the other things it can do. And this is one of those bags that when people realize what all it has, it becomes a product that they use every day. This is a version 2 product. And version 1 of the Chobe, we talked to a few hundred customers and we asked what they liked and what they didn't like. They didn't like the attachment straps for the shoulder strap, so we changed that. These are all metal. They're metal swivel hooks, and they're firmly in place. What do I carry in here and why? And full disclosure, I travel a lot. I designed a bag that I wanted because I like my stuff organized. There's a 2/3, 1/3 division on the outside pockets. I use this for an iPad mini or a Kindle. On the 16-inch, it'll fit a standard size iPad. There's a main cavity, we'll get to that in a second, and a laptop and iPad compartment on the back. 4 separate packing areas. But let's talk about the shoulder strap first. Then I'll take it off. It's very thick, and it uses the same high-density foam for motorcycle helmets that we use in our camera bags. We could have cheaped out and put a cheap foam in there, and nobody would have known the difference. But this foam is in these straps. This carries a lot of weight. When this is full, this carries a lot of weight. So we give you the same quality and the same attention to detail in the shoulder strap. I sampled close to 200 anti-slip fabrics to get one that kept this on my shoulder and didn't mark my clothes. So the more grippy the material, the more it has the risk of marking in hot weather. The less grippy the material, the less the probability that it's going to mark, the higher the probability it's going to fall off your shoulder. This stuff is very expensive. This stuff works. If you've looked at some of the features of the Koboko, I hate straps flopping around. The strap, simple design, makes a big difference. It shortens and lengthens in upon itself. The all-metal snap hooks, these are as solid as they come. And, you know, it's real metal. Let's start with a little guy here, which is a little pocket on the side. In this day and age, everyone needs their hand sanitizer. You'll either find my hand sanitizer or my AirPods Pro jammed in that pocket. My favorite feature of this bag, and the feature that a number of customers have come back with, is this. Little tab, pulls it open. It's got a little structure. It's got a nice cavity. Keep my cell phone in my pocket. Going through security, just drop it in. Whatever's in my pocket, I throw in there. Boarding passes, that kind of thing. It stays closed, fits a Kindle perfectly. It is just so easy to go through security. And, look, if you're TSA pre-check, you still got to empty your pockets. And so this is your empty your pockets pocket. We use Hypalon like we use in our backpacks, which is, again, it's the material that Zodiacs are made out of. I want to be able to open this easily. So that's what that's for. Now, this pocket doesn't open fully. When pockets open fully, things fall out. So these open like that to keep things in the pocket. So this pocket opens 3/4 so that what's in here stays in here. And why don't I spend a minute going through just what's in here and why? Call it, tits from a road warrior, I guess. But look, this is getting a little in the way. Let me move this and make some room. So what's in here and why? We have the same zipper garages we have on the Koboko to prevent scratching of equipment. If you have an iPad in here, if you toss your phone in there, a Kindle, that's going to prevent it from scratching. The pockets are mesh, so you can see what's inside. Very convenient. That's a design feature we've carried over from our camera backpacks. And then you'll see there's pockets, 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 and more pockets. We have zipper pocket, a couple of stash pockets, and another zipper pocket. A lot of people use these pockets for iPhone chargers, AirPods, rolling up cables and putting them in these pockets. So there's a lot of different ways you can use it. One other thing I should mention is very discreet branding. This is boardroom appropriate, but a discreet metal tab. You can carry a lot of camera gear in this bag as well, which I'll get to in a minute. And so we erred on the side of being discreet. This pocket here, again, has the same 2/3 opening feature to make sure things don't fall out. And it's got a few interesting design features. There's an organization panel, and we use black where your pens go, so if one does leak, it doesn't ruin the inside of your bag. And then the key fob, if you look at it, it's short. Most bags on the market have a long lanyard. I've never, kept the bag on my shoulder and taken my keys out and fiddled and tried to open a lock, because those lanyards tend to be long enough that they get in the way, but not so long that you can easily open the lock. So what we did was we made this short, so there's room under your keys to put AirPods or something else. If we had a long lanyard there, then the keys would fall to the bottom and it all jumbles up and hits, whereas that's small little detail, right? But it really makes a difference. It's nice and neat, and it allows you to use the room down at the bottom. We're going to do the main compartment last. On the back of the bag, we have a luggage pass-through, and we spent a lot of time getting this right and making sure it was durable. So there is some stiffener in this material so that it has structure. We've bar tacked the seams because this is where the handle of a roller comes through, and we've made this on the tighter side deliberately. Why is that? Because it'd be a lot easier just to leave this loose. When you leave it loose and you put it on a roller and you're running to make a flight and you turn a corner at like Chicago O'Hare, you turn the corner and your bag keeps going and spins around on the handle. This bag stays in place, so when you turn a corner with a piece of rolling luggage, the bag stays and turns with it. Speaking of handles, the handles are made out of genuine leather. And one of the things we did between the Gen 1 and Gen 2 product is we've redesigned the way the handles attach to the bag. They use our signature Hypalon for strength and durability, but we've added metal squares here that webbing attaches to. And what that does is the handles just kind of fall out of place. They lie flat, and when you put them out of the way, they stay out of the way, which allows you to work out of the bag without the handle getting in the way. This pocket is gusseted and this bag is stable. So now there's the weight of this laptop here and this bag is not falling over. Right? So in this back pocket, I've got this is a MacBook Air. I normally travel with a 13-inch MacBook Pro in here, or a 14-inch MacBook Pro. I have a current iPad Pro with, the thick keyboard case, Magic 2 case, I think it's called, which is as thick as a laptop. So, I'm effectively carrying two laptops here. The iPod Pocket is padded. It also has a Velcro tab, so if you're not carrying a laptop, it doesn't get in the way. And if you are just traveling with an iPad, which I do a lot, if I'm running around town for meetings and stuff, this will easily fit documents. And so making sure the handles stayed out of the way when you're working out of it was something we were very sensitive to. On this side is a webbing loop, which serves two functions. One, if it's in the overhead, you can just grab it and pull your bag out of the overhead. The second is you can clip an aftermarket accessory on there. You can put a water bottle pocket. You can clip a baseball hat. There's lots of different things. The main compartment now. Now, the main compartment also doesn't open fully because it's designed for these accessories, which I'll get into in a minute. So how do I pack this bag? I use a lot of Etc. parts, a lot of Etc. cases. You'll see there's 3 in here right now. First thing, just good old sunglasses. Then I have 2 Etc. cases in extra small. One with all of the cables, one with all of the chargers. And the beauty of the Etc. cases is they're clear. So I can see this is the one with the cables, and this is the one with the chargers. I don't have to open it. And that's a really small thing, but it makes a huge difference. We have customers that have 15, 20 Etc. cases of different sizes. They have a lav mic kit in one. They have the laptop stuff in another. They have flash charging equipment in another, lighting modifiers in another. So there's a lot of ways to use these, but the fact that they're clear just makes life a lot easier. And then I used a medium-sized Etc. These are Bose QC35 headphones, but they come with a case that's enormous. And so they fit perfectly in the Etc. M. And you may say, well, there's no protection here. Are my headphones going to get broken? I fly 285,000 air miles a year, and I use this on every trip, and I've never broken a pair. The bag protects it. Then we have more pockets, and then hidden pockets. Now, when I flip this up, I have 2 hidden pockets underneath. And if you can see in here, the bottom of the bag is padded. Having a little bit of cushioning on the bottom of the bag, do that, it's good peace of mind. It's also padded for another reason, which is this is also a camera bag. So that's what these allow you to do. They allow you to carry some more gear. There's 2 sizes. This is the narrow. This is the wide. If I'm going on a business trip, and I've got my rolling luggage, and I've got my computer in here, I'll pop this in. If I think I've got a chance to go, walk the Malecon and take some pictures at sunrise, I'll throw a Leica and a couple of lenses in here, and I'll put my chargers on the other side, and this fits in. If I want to put something bigger, I'll open it up. And now, that bag is much bigger. I take my little divider on the bottom, I flip it over, and voila. It covers the whole bottom of the bag. Everything is protected. Now, this is a tight fit deliberately because you want to get as much gear in there as possible and not have things slipping around. So you get that in. And that is bigger than most medium-sized camera bags. Like I said, I've carried a full Hasselblad V system in there. I zip that up. That looks like a briefcase. And then, pro tip, the other thing that's really handy is you put this under the seat in front of you and it makes a great footrest. So, Chobe is one of those things where you can use it for whatever you're doing. If I'm going overnight, I will put my computer, I'll expand it, I'll put a shirt, change of clothes, toiletries, and that's my overnight bag. The 16 is great for getting as much as you possibly can on the plane. Obviously you need it if you have a 16-inch computer. The 13 I find is a wonderful everyday size, so I use them interchangeably depending on what I'm doing. I've been using these long enough now that I know where everything is and I can find it in the dark on a plane, no problem. And speaking of being on dark airplanes, one thing I should mention is that all of our bags, our Kiboko backpacks and our Chobe shoulder bags, are light gray on the inside. It makes it very easy to see things. For the camera bags, it's, first light, last light, it gets dark. And whereas you put it in a nice light gray, and it's very easy to see things. And it's a small detail, it's a simple detail, but it makes a big difference. I know this is a product that I swear by, that I live with. I built the bag that I wanted based on my needs of traveling as a photographer, and traveling as a business person, and traveling 285,000 miles a year. And I think you can benefit from that road warrior knowledge. That's the Chobe. This is the 13, also available in a 16 in both sizes, have a narrow and a wide insert.